do want you to know
Go ahead.
we've been up trying to get with Diana Carbajal with her meeting,
Okay.
and we just couldn't. I don't know why we couldn't connect, but
We'll work it out.
okay, we'll work it out. Thank you,
We
darling.
definitely will work it out. Absolutely. Yes. You're
Okay,
welcome. My pleasure.
go ahead and we'll talk.
Thank you. Yes, we
All
definitely
right.
will.
Thank you, darling.
Happy Tuesday, you guys. I am, like I just mentioned with Marlena, over the top excited. I couldn't be with you guys yesterday because I was in Washington, D.C. We visited the African American Museum. If any of you guys ever go to D.C., it is an amazing museum. Just to understand our history, African American history. It was amazing and way too much for me to take in a couple of hours. You need a couple of days in that museum because they're different sections and it's just awesome. And I was there to celebrate my daughter's senior year, and that was amazing as well. So I am full. I am on cloud 9 right now. So let's hop into these numbers, our weekly industry update, and let's see what our last week turned out for us. So you guys know TCPA compliance is a big deal. Do not overlook it. Make sure that the folks that you are contacting aren't on the do not call list, because you can get slapped with a huge fine. So just make sure that they are not on the do not call list. Okay, that is very important. All right, let's look at Los Angeles County. So for Los Angeles County, our for sale numbers went up 13.5%. Now, what that means is that there are more properties currently on the market than there were last month, to the tune of 13.5%. Overall, we're up 27.8%. So that's great compared to last year. So that means that there's actually more inventory in Los Angeles County than there was last year, to the tune of almost 30%. So when people are saying, oh, there's such an inventory crisis, it is, no doubt about it, that we are definitely experiencing an inventory shortage. However, as compared to last year, we're actually doing better currently at this time in the year, in the beginning of May, pretty much. About 30% better. So that's really good. That's really good news for us, because that means there's more inventory out there for us to sell than there even was last year in LA County. Okay. Now, sold properties went up 1.5% compared to last month, up 4.5% over last year, same time in April. And then up 1.2% overall. So we still are, properties that have actually closed escrow have actually gone up 1.2% overall, which again is great. So we're not going down. We're seeing more sales than we were last year, to the tune of 1.2%. It's not much, but it's still moving in the right direction, right? And then pendings are down 6.7% over last month, up 0.1% compared to last year in April, and then 1.4% increase overall. So properties that have actually gone into escrow are up 1.4%. So our three major indicators, our three major trends are actually all moving in the right direction, being increased in LA County. So again, that's a good sign, because the predictions were right that we were going to see less sales this year, to the tune of about 30% less sales this year. And it looks as though right now we are still seeing an increase. We are not down. We are still seeing an increase. Now, obviously, we are in March, April, about to be in May in a day, right? So the reality is, though, is that we are going to see these trend lines change, and we're going to be following them every single week, because when it comes to next, May, June, July, what do we expect to happen in those months? This is interactive, so I want to hear you guys. What do you guys expect to happen over the next quarter?
Over the next quarter, we feel as though things are going to continue to go up, and we're going to get better prices. We're going to get interest rate going up. But what we have to deal with is the interest rate going up.
True, definitely. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Thank you so much, Marlena. So you're saying everything will go up. Now, what we normally see is that, yes, inventory goes up. Why? Because of summer months. Summer months is seasonality. right?
Mm-hmm.
Kids get out of school, parents sell their homes in the summer months. So we normally see that we have more sales in the spring and summer months. And so more than likely, we'll see how this trends over last year, but spring and summer months, we normally see a higher volume of sales in those months, higher volume of listings in those months. And that's why we're doing the contest right now, so that we can pick that up, get people focused on those listings. You list to last, okay? So we definitely want you guys focused on those listings because you will also pick up buyers. But these are the months that you really have to buckle down, because these are the months that normally in our industry, we see more sales coming into these months right now. So we should see these trends hopefully go up over last year, all right? Especially if there's more inventory in LA County to sell. All right, let's look at new listing inventory. New listing inventory is up 8.5% as compared to last month. It is up 13.1% over last year, same time frame in April. And then it's up 12.7% overall. So new listings coming on the market are actually increased 12.7% in LA County. Again, a great sign, because we're moving in the right direction. That means we have newer inventory on the market as compared to last year. We need that in order for us to have more sales, more pendings, and then more solds, right? All right. Average active price has gone down 3.9% as compared to last month, down 5.4% compared to last year, and then 5.4% overall. Average active price is down. So what is that telling us? That's telling us that sellers are asking on average 5.4% less than they were last year, right? So that's a good sign for buyers looking to buy in LA County, that look, LA County is actually trending down a little bit as compared to last year. Now, what do we have to do? If you see this number overall, now as an agent, what are you going to do? If your buyer is looking in a specific area, what do you need to know?
We need to get more listings. We need to know what's going on in that neighborhood. We need to capture that business.
Absolutely. All of the above, Marlena. And the key that I was looking for is what you said. We need to know what's going on in that neighborhood, right? Because that neighborhood could potentially not be lower. They could actually be higher on their average active price. Or they could be lower than 5.4%, right? But more than likely, if it's in a demand, if it's in an area of demand, high demand, it's more than likely over that amount. Okay. Meaning they might be trending 5% higher average active price than last year. So you need to know that neighborhood, because you've got to advise your buyer what's going on in that neighborhood. Do they need to actually make higher offers or not? And we'll get a little bit more into that in the next slide, right? All right, average sold price is up 0.6% over last year, or I'm sorry, over last month. Up 10.2% over last year, same time frame in April, and up 2.1% overall. So they are asking 5.4%. I'm sorry, yeah, they're asking 5.4% lower than they were last year, but they're actually receiving 2.1% higher than they were last year. So sellers are happy about that, right? Overall, they might be asking 5.4% lower, but they actually are receiving 2.1% higher overall. So that's good. Months of inventory, we are up 15.8% higher than we were last month. We were at 1.9 months of inventory last month. We're at 2.2 months of inventory right now, still low, right? Because the reality is if we're under 4 months of inventory, we are in a seller's market, right? And it's not so much that we're in a seller's market that's the issue. The issue is that there's not enough inventory to supply demand, right? And if you're looking at these numbers, we're grossly in a seller's market, okay? So we are overall, as compared to last year, we're up 29.6%. So we were at 2 months of inventory last year. We're at 2.6 months of inventory currently. Again, that's good, because at least we're trending up. We're getting more inventory on the market, which we would know that by looking at those previous numbers, right? New listing inventory was up. The other number was up. For sale, right, is up. So we know that we're getting a few more listings, we're getting more inventory coming on the market because those numbers are trending up. So clearly we're going to see months of inventory trending up. So that's a good thing. All right. So again, that takes away our excuses for, oh, you know, if your business was good last year, so far your business could be right on target. Okay. Average days on market is down 9.4% as compared to last month. We were at 32 days on market last month. We're at 29 days on market current, 9.4% decrease. And then overall, we're at a 19.5% decrease. We were at 41 days on market this time in the year, April 30th or April 29th. And then currently we're at 33 days on market. Okay, overall for LA County, which you know LA County is huge. So again, that's where Marlena said you got to know your neighborhood, because in a lot of neighborhoods, homes are only staying on the market 2 weeks, and you need to be able to say, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we have to decide quickly if we're going to make an offer on this property. It may not be here right in the next 7 days. So we're having to ask our buyers to move quickly to make those decisions. Sold versus original list price. 1% increase compared to last month. Last month, the sellers were getting 98% of their list price. Currently, they're getting 99% of their list price, right? So currently in this month of April, sellers are happy because they are getting the closest to 100% that you can possibly be, which is 99% of their list price, right? So Mr. and Mrs. Seller, were you aware that sellers are getting right now darn near 100% of their list price? Which means we can put your house on the market right now and you can expect to sell at this price. Or Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, were you aware that whatever the seller is listed for, that more than likely they're going to get 99% of that list price? Because, you know, some buyers want a deal, and this is not the market for them to be trying to get a deal. This is not a deal market because we're in a seller's market, right? So we've got to educate our buyers with the numbers. And these are some of the numbers that you can use to educate them. All right. So overall, we were at 96% of list price. Last year, we are at 98% of list price. So sellers are getting 98% of their list price overall as compared to last year. Okay, which is a 2.1% increase. All right. So which is great. Again, they're getting very close to 100%. And I'm sure in some neighborhoods, they're getting over 100% of list price. And in some neighborhoods, clearly they're getting under. Okay. All right, we're done with Orange County. I mean, we're done with the LA County. Let's go on to the OC and see what that's looking like. All right, so for sale properties is up 12.9% compared to last month, and then 8.4% compared to last year in April, and up 8.4% overall, which is great. Okay, we are actually seeing that we have, again, more inventory on the market in Orange County, which Orange County, as you will see in probably our next 2 slides, is even more severe. There's even more severe decrease in inventory than there is, or months of inventory, I'm sorry, than there is in any other county. Okay, so to see that we've got more for sale inventory, active inventory on the market compared to last year is a very good sign for Orange County and those buyers looking to move into Orange County. All right, sold inventory is up 0.9% compared to last month, and up 6.6% compared to last year in April, and up 5.1% overall. So that, again, a good sign that we've got more closings happening in the month of April and happening in this year up to the tune of up 5.1%. So that's good over last year. Pendants are up 3.9% as compared to last month. So properties that are actually in escrow have increased 3.9% compared to last month, up 5.5%. Compared to over last year, same time frame in April, and up 5.3% overall. So again, in Orange County, all of our major indicators, all of our major trend lines are moving in the right direction, which is a very good sign. New listing inventory is down 9.2% over last month. So we've got new listing inventory took a dive of 9.2% compared to last month. 4.4% decrease compared to last April. However, it's still holding strong overall to the tune of a 9.2% increase new listing inventory. So So Orange County has seen an influx of inventory, 9.2% increase over last year. So that's a good sign, right? Because we need Orange County inventory to go up. So average active price is down 1.2% compared to last month. And then 12.9% increase compared to last year in April, and a 12.9% increase overall. So sellers in Orange County are actually asking on average 12.9% higher than they did last year. Now, what I will say is, just looking at the trends for Orange County for the last year, Orange County normally they're in the 20 and 30% asking for higher over the previous year. So the fact that they're only asking 12.9% higher right now is actually a good sign. Okay, is actually moderation for Orange County. Okay, average sold price is 3.5% higher compared to last month. 17% higher compared to last year in April, and then 15.6% higher overall. So there's the comparison. In Orange County, the sellers are asking for 12.9% higher. However, they are receiving 15.6% higher as compared to last year. Now, that is probably because of this right here. Look at this. They only have currently in this month right now, 1.2 months of inventory on the market. Almost not even, I mean, it's a month's worth of inventory on the market. There's hardly any inventory on the market in Orange County. So more than likely it's flying off the shelf. If it's, you know, in a neighborhood that's desirable, and if it's a property that is desirable, it's flying off the shelf, you guys. Okay, so make sure that if you're looking, you've got buyers in Orange County, you've got to make them aware that in Orange County, there's even more of a inventory shortage than other areas, and you've got to move quickly. That's what this means. You've got to move quickly in Orange County, okay? Orange County currently, compared to last year, is a 7.1% increase in months of inventory. We were at 1.4 months of inventory last year. Currently, we are at 1.5 months of inventory right now. That means, again, you've got to move quickly because there is not a lot of inventory. However, it has gone up. It creeped up just a little bit, and we'll take it, okay? All right, average days on market is down 4.2% as compared to last month. We were at 24 days on market. Last month, we're at 23 days on market, so it just went down a day. But again, that's only 3 weeks on the market, right? And then overall, we were at 39 days on market last year. At this time in the year, we're currently at 26 days on market, so a 33.3% decrease. So again, got to move quickly in Orange County if you guys have buyers who are out there. And if you have sellers, it's a good sign for the sellers. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, your house is going to sell within 30 days. You more than likely can make that claim. Now, what do you have to do? You got to know the neighborhood. However, more than likely, with the numbers the way that they are, if you're in an area that is at all desirable, you can more than likely make this claim, as long as your seller isn't going to price it, you know, astronomically high. All right, sold versus original list price. Sellers are getting 100% of their list price last month. They're getting 99% of their list price currently. So we're down 1%. Overall, we're up 3.1% because sellers were getting 96% of their list price last year, and they're currently getting 99% of their list price. So sellers in Orange County are almost getting 100% of their list price. They're extremely happy, right? Extremely happy. And again, that's something to educate your buyers that when you make an offer, you're going to have to come to the table with your best offer, right? Because they are not there. This is not a market for lowball offers. All right, let's look at Riverside County. Riverside County for sale properties is up 6.3% as compared to last month, up 30% over last year in April, and up 30% overall. So that's great. Riverside is seeing an increase in inventory to the tune, or for sale properties to the tune of 30%. That is great. Sold properties are down 9.2% over last month. Again, we hate to see those trending down. That means that we had less closings last month in Riverside County. And then 4.8% decrease compared to last year in April, and a 1.3% decrease overall. Okay, so we had less sold properties overall so far at this time in the year to the tune of 1.3%. So as you can see, like 2 of our 3 major indicators are in the green, 1 is in the red, but only slightly. So we're hoping that this spring and this summer will kick that up. Pendants are down 9.3%. So properties that are actually in escrow are down 9.3% compared to last month. I'm sorry, up 9.3% compared to last month, up 9.9% compared over last year, this time in April, and then up 2.9% overall, increased 2.9%. So we're seeing few more pendants going into escrow to the tune of 2.9% as compared to last year. So that's good. New listing inventory has gone down 8.9% over last month, up 5.5% as compared to last year in April, and up 12.6% overall, which is great. So we're seeing more inventory, new listings come on the market as compared to last year to the tune of 12.6%. And our average active price is up 1.4% compared to last month, up 5.8% compared to last year in April, and up 5.8% overall. So sellers in Riverside County are actually asking 5.8% higher prices, asking 5.8% higher prices than they were last year, okay, which is pretty reasonable, right? We saw in Orange County, they're asking in the double digits, in the teens. Here, they're asking 5.8%. Normal appreciation is normally between, they say between like 4 and 7%. So this is right in those norm numbers. Average sold price is down 0.5% over last month, up 5.8% over last year in April, and up 9.9%. So that's interesting, right? Sellers are asking for 5.8% higher. However, they are receiving 9.9%, almost 10% higher than they were last year. I attribute some of that, you guys, just, and I'm sure you can follow the logic, is that more people are moving out to Riverside and San Bernardino County, right? Because they're realizing, hey, I don't have to drive. I can commute only 2 days out of the week or 3 days out of the week. And it makes, their quality of life better. They're getting more bang for their buck out there because they get a bigger house for even a more reasonable amount than they would out here, or getting a bigger house for the same amount that they would get a small house out here, right? So makes total sense that the prices would be going up out there. All right, months of inventory. So Riverside County, they have an increase of 19.8% over last month. We were at 2 months of inventory last month. We're at 2.4 months of inventory currently. We are an increase of 34.4% increase. We were at 2 months of inventory last year at this time in the year. We're at 2.7 months of inventory currently. So again, definitely a good sign. We want to see inventory levels go up, getting closer to us being in somewhat of a normal market. And average days on market has gone down 4.7% over last month. So we were on average, days on market was 43 days on market last month. We're at 41 days on market currently at this time in the month. Now, overall, we're down 17% because last year we were at 53 days on market at this time in the year, and currently we're at 44 days on market, right? Now, again, don't let this fool you, because in Riverside County, and as you will see in San Bernardino County, the good properties go fast, and that's in any market. Good properties typically go fast. So if your property, your buyers are looking at that sweet spot, right? What do you guys think what is that sweet spot? Let me hear it. What do you guys think the buyer's sweet spot is? Like, what do you think those bedroom, bathroom count is and price range? What is that sweet spot? That more buyers are going to be able to buy in that sweet spot. What is that? Hopefully
650 to 700 range.
Hey, Armando.
Hi, Brandy.
Yes, 650 to 700 range. Absolutely. That's a sweet spot. I would say 600 to 700 would be the sweet spot. How many bedrooms and bathrooms?
I would say 3-1.
3-1, 3-2. right?
3132. Yeah.
Yeah, that's everybody's dream. A 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, 600,000 to 700,000. You guys, that's where a lot of buyers are getting qualified. So if your buyers, thank you so much, Armando. If your buyers are in that sweet spot, then guess what? You got to tell them that they're going to have to be quick and aggressive, because that's the sweet spot. If there's properties in Riverside County, San Bernardino County in that sweet spot, there's going to be more people going into that. There's going to be more competition in that range. Okay. And then the average days on market for those properties is actually going to be more like the 7 days, the 14 days. Okay. Sold versus original list price. So we were at 97% of list price last month. We're at 96% of list price. So it went down 1%. And then overall, we're up 2.1% in Riverside County. Last year, we were at 95% of list price at this time in the year. Currently, sellers are getting 97% of their list price. So they're getting close to 100% of their list price, right? Not as good as in Orange County, but getting close. So again, you got to be hyper focused or hyper local, because in your specific area, you could be getting 101% of the list price, right? So you got to be hyper local for your buyers and your sellers, because you need to know how to advise them how to make these offers, right? And how much competition is out there. So let's look at San Bernardino County, our last county of the day. So for sale properties is up 10.7% over last month. 31.9% over last year, same time in April, and up 31.9% overall, which is great. So we've got an influx of for sale inventory on the market in San Bernardino County, almost up 32%. So that's great. More inventory, the better, right? And then sold properties is down 2.7% as compared to last month, and down 6% as compared to last year in April, and down 1.9% overall. So we are seeing a dip in properties that have closed escrow in San Bernardino County. Now, pendants are down 2.8% compared to last month, down 5.9% compared to last year in April, and down 2.4% overall. So pendants, properties that have actually closed escrow, went into escrow, is down 2.4%. So although these numbers aren't huge, they are moving in the wrong direction, right? As compared to last year. We want to see these indicators be green and see more closings, more pendants, and more for sale inventory. Now we're hoping that this nice number of for sale inventory will then trickle into our sold inventory and our pendant inventory, right? And then let's look at new listing inventory. New listing inventory is actually up 2.4% as compared to last month, up 7% as compared to last year in April, and up 13.9% overall. So that's good. We are seeing some new listing inventory come on the market in San Bernardino County to help our sales out. And then average active price is up 2% compared to last month, up 4.6% as compared to last April, and then up 4.6% overall. So sellers in San Bernardino County are asking 4.6% higher prices than they did last year. And then average sold price, so what are they receiving? They're receiving 4.1% higher over last month, 9.1% increase as compared to last year in April, and a 4.9% increase overall. Okay, so they're asking 4.6% higher and they're receiving 4.9% higher overall. So that's really good, right? Their numbers are very much in line with each other. So let's look at months of inventory. So there's 2.3 months of inventory last month and 2.7 months of inventory this month. So that's an increase of 17.3%. A 41.2% increase over last April. We were at 1.9 months of inventory in April last year, and currently, again, we're at 2.7 months of inventory in April. Overall, we were at 2.2 months of inventory last year at this time of the year, and we're at 3 months of inventory overall. So San Bernardino is actually seeing higher levels of inventory than any other county, right? So that's interesting. And if we look back at their average active price, they're asking actually for a more reasonable price than any of the other counties as well. They're only up 4.6% over the other counties being up, I think 5, and then again, actually no, LA County is actually even more reasonable, I think, than San Bernardino County, which is very interesting, but LA County is huge. But San Bernardino County definitely is doing well in terms of their average active price and sold price. Now let's look at days on market. Days on market, no increase as compared to last month. A 9.1% increase over last year in April, and a 17.6% decrease. 17.6% decrease, I'm sorry, over last year. So we were at 51 days on market last year, and we're at 42 days on market currently. And again, don't be fooled by these numbers, because the good properties will go fast, right? This is an average across all the cities in the county. So decrease 17.6%. Sold versus original list price, no change. They were at 99% of list price last month. We're at 99% of list price this month. So sellers this month are getting 99% of their list price, which again, sellers are extremely happy about that. Overall, at 2.1% increase, they were getting 96% of their list price last year, and currently they're getting 98% of their list price. So again, sellers in San Bernardino County are very happy because they're getting very close to 100% of their list price. All right, we are done with our, at least by the numbers. So any questions about that? Got some interesting stuff going on in our industry right now. So we'll continue to keep an eye on it. Doris, you did go for it.
If I understood, overall, there's an improvement from this year to last year in most of these counties.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
What would you attest that to? Do you think people are just getting comfortable with the interest rates, or because that seems what slowed everything down last year was the interest rates?
Yeah, again, last year we halted, right? Especially like in the beginning of the year to mid-year. I mean, things went on pause because buyers just said, no, we are not going to pay 6 and 7%. And they just took a step back. So sales went down quite a bit last year in the beginning of the year, especially. And so basically what we're seeing, I agree with you, is a rebound, that buyers are now getting comfortable with the fact that, look, you're not going to see 3% anymore. And if you need to buy, or if you want to buy, because there's so many more reasons to buy than there are reasons not to buy, then you're going to have to play in this sandbox. And I think they're getting used to that and starting to get back into the market. And then sellers on the flip side with the inventory are starting to say, you know what, instead of me sitting on this, I'm going to have to go ahead and sell. I don't want to be uncomfortable anymore in this 2-bedroom or this 3-bedroom when I need 4, or I don't want to live in this 5-bedroom when I really need only 3. So sellers are selling because they're realizing that this is the new norm.
Got it. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. All right, let's talk about our upcoming events, classes, and things that we've got going on. So we have got, okay, hang on, let me see. Okay, so we have got, you guys knew Conversations in Real Play was this morning. Hopefully that took place on Thursday. We will have, I believe we will have Conversations in Real Play at 9 a.m. I'm not sure why it's not here, but I will be hosting Conversations in Real Play at 9 a.m. We will fix the calendar so that it will be there. And then let's see, we do have our tech workshop on Wednesday still with Martha. Tonight, though, we do have Ignite at Night sessions 10 and 11. Keep every lead and follow up with every lead. That's 6 to 8 tonight. And Martha is going to be teaching that session. If you know anything about Martha, she is one of our best at keeping every lead and following up with every lead. Her system works. All right. Broker Hour with Ed, now guys, if you're newer to the industry, you need to be on broker hour with Ed at 10 on Wednesday and Thursday. He's going to be going over the residential purchase agreement parts 1 and 2. So it's really important that you hop on that. Okay. We all have to be experts of the contract. That's our job. That's a part of our job, is to know that like the back of our hand. And then on Thursday, I will be teaching Ignited Night from 6 to 8 on strengthening relationships in your database. So that's session 12. So I'll be teaching that. And then we've got Dow for Dollars on Thursday as well at 5 o'clock with Victor and with Ramon Cardenas. And then on Friday, we have our Cinco de Mayo potluck. And that is going to be on Friday at 12. If you would like to participate, we want everybody to participate. Please sign up at the front desk to bring your dish. And Monica and or Jonathan will take care of you. You guys, today is Jonathan's last day with us. So he got a fabulous opportunity. You know, he is like a photographer and graphic designer. And he got a fabulous opportunity that he couldn't pass up. That he's really been waiting for. So we want to wish him the best. And if you guys are in here today, make sure that you wish him the best on his future endeavors. We will definitely miss him. We do have a lunch and learn with Jorge Mesa coming up regarding learning about how to market to pre-foreclosures and how to take pre-foreclosure listings. So we are going to get all that out to you. Next week is Red Day. We are going to have more information to you guys coming, but next week is Red Day. You guys know that Red Day is a day that we serve our community, and we are working very hard on our project and figuring out, just finalizing the details. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. Red Day, May 9th. Mark your calendars to be here and participate, okay? And then First Step of Bold is coming June 13th. Bold is our 7-week sales training program. It is aggressive, high accountability, and it's results driven. You guys will get results in your business if you take Bold. All right. I love Bold, you guys. It's just an amazing class. It's an amazing, to me, it's just needed. If you want your business to grow and if you want to grow, you take Bold. All right. All right. Industry news. FYI, the judge did grant preliminary approval over the NAR settlement. All right. So when we were talking about in July that all these changes that the NAR recommended or proposed were going to be in effect, well, it's probably not going to happen in July. It's looking more like November. June, July, August, yeah. It's looking like November because it is, if I'm reading this correctly, the judge, November 26th is when they are going to finalize the final approval, okay? So we'll know more as things unfold, and if it remains the same or if there's changes, all of that will start to unfold as we get closer to the timeline. But a hearing for final approval is scheduled for November 26th, and the judge did grant preliminary approval on the NAR settlement. They said that the filing, that the settlement was fair, reasonable, and adequate, that the changes that NAR proposed were fair, reasonable, and adequate. Okay. Mortgage interest rates, as Doris was talking about, have been going up instead of down. So interest rates have been going up instead of down, soaring a little bit above 7%, which is a high for 2024, because we started off the year with a dip. Now we're going up, right? So just, we want you to be aware of this. We want to work with our lenders on programs, because if you got an FHA buyer, they are probably under the 7% interest rate. This is more than likely your conventional rate. However, FHA, VA buyers typically are a little bit less than your conventional rates. So be aware of the different interest rates for the different programs. And you can only do that through a relationship with your lenders. But right now, interest rates are ticking up. So again, we've got to advise our buyers that the time is now to go ahead and buy. Don't wait for interest rates to go up or down. Buy now if you can afford it, right? And then when the interest rates go down, because they will go down, you can refinance. But don't get stuck with a higher interest rate when you know you want to buy. Now they're going up a little bit and you're going to get stuck with a higher interest rate, because we know that that's going to diminish your buying power, right? It's going to reduce your buying power. So we got to really encourage and educate our buyers on how this whole thing works, because they're sitting on the fence and losing out on opportunity. Okay. All right. So any questions?
Yes.
Please, Doris.
You've got a lot of great classes coming up. Pavan was going to be teaching another investment class. Is that at all on the radar?
He is going to be teaching another investment class. We're just trying to nail down dates.
Okay, great.
Yep. We are going to be nailing down dates. So I'm going to get with him this week so that we can get it on the calendar. More than likely, it'll start in May.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. You're welcome, my dear. Anybody else? We're good. Thank you guys so much for attending. You guys have an amazing week. And I hope to see you guys in the classes this week and in the market center, right?
Yes,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Brandy.
All
Brandy.
right. Thank you
Great
guys.
information.
Love
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much, Norma.
Okay, we're all set.